first half some. What's kind of been the reason for the struggles, and I guess on the other side, you guys have been able to step it up in the second halves.
Yeah, I don't really know if I can pinpoint exactly what has been the reason for that struggle at the beginning. It's something we're definitely going to kind of look more into and address this week. I think a lot of it comes down to some fundamental stuff, tackling, and really buying in, knowing really what our job is on defense. And I think that's what happened in the second half is people were really locked into their job and making sure they take care of business.
I know you're trying to make it interesting for the fans and keep the game suspenseful, but at some point, I guess they're probably instilling in you guys that you can't just keep getting down because at some point you're not going to be able to come back.
Yeah, it definitely hurts you if you fall down that little, 20-point deficit like we did. Definitely proud of the way the team responded. That was good. We all kind of rallied together. The offense played well, defense played well in the second half. But yeah, we definitely got to make sure we start faster and kind of get down to business a little earlier in the game.
Corey, what's the last couple weeks been for you? I know obviously New Mexico had to have a tough moment for you. Having to be out of the game and stuff like that. How have you had to deal with that, especially as a guy who's a vet?
Yeah. I think that all this kind of learning experience, opportunities for me to kind of grow, not just as a football player, but also as a man. I feel like it would be harder if I wasn't getting to watch somebody that I knew is a great player go out there and do things. And I know that I know Chance is a great player, and I know that he's going to be exciting for all you guys to watch over the next. He's got 2 more years. I'm really excited about the things he has the opportunity to do in his time here. In any way I can help him kind of benefit and learn and grow, that's awesome too.
What was it like at halftime, and who told you, I guess, that they were going to go in a different direction there in the second half of New Mexico game? What was that initial kind of shock feeling like?
I don't know if it was necessarily a shock feeling. I don't really know how to explain it. It was one of those things where we kind of just decided at that point in the game it was better to let somebody else go out there and kind of take care of business, and that's what happened. And I was pumped for Chance. Chance did a good job and really stepped in. He did what was needed to be done. He obviously made that kind of game-saving tackle there at the end, so that was exciting and a big moment for him. And really proud of the way he played.
So obviously, probably deep down inside, you're disappointed, not happy, whatever. But Chancellor was saying that you were the first one to congratulate him when he came off the field, and you were the one telling him what he was doing right and wrong. I mean, how tough I guess was that standing on the sidelines, but also trying to support him and the guys and help the team come back and get the win.
Well, I think kind of like what I was saying. Me and Chance have a really good relationship. I think it'd be tougher if it wasn't somebody I was really close with, and so I feel like over the last couple of years I've been able to help him grow and become a better player, and I've obviously learned things from him as well, and so I think it's really been kind of a cool opportunity for me to kind of see a guy that I've been around kind of helped kind of grow up a little bit in the program, really kind of taking advantage of his opportunities and really doing it the right way.
I guess his quote to me was that you taught him everything he knows. So I guess in a way you helped make the tackle there at the end.
Chance, he can kind of over-exaggerate on some of that stuff, but that guy's a good football player. He came in knowing a lot, but it definitely has been fun. I was just watching film with him right before I came in here, and so it's fun being able to kind of sit down with him and learn from each other, gain some knowledge from each other, and see what he thinks, see what I think, and I think that makes for a better football player, a better team all around.
This is your last road trip. Thoughts?
Should be a bowl game too, so we got
standard road trip, regular season. Sure.
Yeah. To be honest with you, Wyoming has actually been one of my favorite trips, even though it's freezing. The first time I went over there, I'm kind of let some comments slip in the past. I kind of enjoy the outdoorsy kind of feeling there, and I really like how there's pine trees in the end zone. There's snow everywhere. You drive, you get off the airport, you're driving into town, and there's antelope on the side of the road, and so I really enjoy the trip. I'm sure I'll be freezing my butt off, but it's going to be fun, and we're all really looking forward to it.
It's going to be windy too. I mean, you can't really practice for wind, and I guess it affects offenses more than defenses. But what kind of challenge could not only the cold but the wind and the elements maybe provide on Saturday?
Yeah, well, I think that we've already faced a challenge of got down to 4 degrees or something like that in the last game, and so the cold has already been there. Wind definitely adds another element because 4 degrees can feel like negatives, so it's something that we're going to prepare for. It's cold here. We're going to be practicing outside here, and so it's going to be a little colder at game time, but we're going to be used to playing in the cold by then.
Does altitude do anything? I've never been there, but they're number 1 in highest stadium for altitude. Mm-hmm. You guys have played at some other ones this year. Air Force, I think, is number 3, and some other ones. Do you even notice anything with the altitude when you play there? Or?
So far this year I haven't really noticed a big difference. I know that Air Force is, I think, like 6,000 feet, so not quite as high, but still pretty high. And I know I've talked to some of the guys, and I don't think we really noticed a whole lot of a difference with the altitude. And so we'll see. I don't think it's really something that is too big of a concern. I think we go in there and play football, and take care of business, get our job done. We'll be
Air
all
Force
right.
tries to get you with the signs and stuff as you walk in the locker room. I've never been to Wyoming. Do they have anything like that?
I know they have it on their scoreboard, the 7,200 feet the whole time, but I don't really remember seeing any signs. Last time I was probably too bundled up walking in to see anything, but no, other than the scoreboard, I don't really remember too much of it.
What kind of stands out about that Wyoming offense? I know that running back that they have just seems to have come onto the scene
Mm-hmm.
the last couple of weeks, and he's been a revelation for him, frankly. What kind of stands out about him?
Yeah, he definitely stands out. He's a fast guy. He's got a good motor. He seems to read blocks really well. They seem to do a really good job of making sure he gets the ball in his hands. They've kind of implemented the more powerful offense this year, using the kind of 21, 12, 22 sets this year with some bigger dudes in there kind of lead blocking for him. So I'm sure that has benefited him, and he's definitely made them look good as well.
How do you feel you kind of bounced back since the stuff we were talking about? You obviously had a game since then against San Diego State and stuff. How do you feel you've kind of responded to that New Mexico game and what you had to go through then?
I think I just kind of embraced the role that I've had now. Got to play some nickel this last week, which is fun. That's really what I love to do, and so just whatever they're asking me to do, is what I'm going to do. Continue to kind of play football and do the same things I've done ever since I've been here.
You're part of a you say you're part of a senior class that's kind of been through a lot of different things, and what stands out about your group and in your opinion, when you guys leave, what's the thing you're going to remember the most?
Yeah, I don't know. This class kind of has been through a lot of stuff, Matt going down. A lot of guys from my original recruiting class aren't here anymore, so I guess you could say there's been a lot of adversity throughout the time that we've been here. It's kind of one of those proud moments where, there's a select few that's actually going to be here to finish it out. And so it's kind of a feeling of pride and, an accomplishment that, we've all done it, we stuck through, managed to stay eligible the whole time. And so, it's kind of one of those things, just a little bit of a proud moment.
We were talking to Bo yesterday, and it just seems like you still have so much potentially ahead of you. And, how do you, going off that, I guess, how do you want to finish strong and kind of still have a chance to make this one of those memorable seasons that Boise State's had, in years past?
Yeah, we definitely have the opportunity to still do that, and I think that that's kind of in the back of our mind, but definitely something that pops up every once in a while, kind of that little voice you get every now and then you try to forget about, though, and just kind of focus, be 1-0 every week, like we kind of been focusing on this season. I think as soon as you kind of get away from that, get looking too far ahead, it can hurt you, and so it's definitely there. It's definitely an exciting kind of idea that's back there, but we like to take care of business and kind of let all the pieces fall into play.
I mean, you're 3 games away now. I mean, you look at 2 regular season games and a bowl game from potentially playing in a
Conference championship.
conference championship from playing in a potential big bowl game. I mean, I know that's your goal when the season starts, but now that it is 2-3 weeks away, it's got to really make you guys focus in, I guess.
Well, yeah, it's been pretty cool that we're one of the few teams in the country that still has the opportunity to control their destiny with, if we went out and play well, we have an opportunity to play in a good game. So that's something we like, that it's not us relying on everybody else. It's really coming down to us relying on each other and what we've done together to get to where we are.